Hey guys, I just want to give you a quick suggestion if you fall into this realm that I discuss. And I give this with love. I don't give this with any kind of opinion as to what you should believe. I won't even tell you what I believe. It doesn't matter. But I think that what we each choose to believe is really, really important, and that's the belief about religion. And the reason why I bring it up is because I have had a lot of people, a lot of friends who, when they heard that there's a good chance I'm going to die quite soon, I have a really bad diagnosis. And many people have been in tears and said, "Oh my God, I don't know how you're handling it so well, Sarah. I would be so worried and so terrified and everything else." And yet I know that a lot of these people are going to church every Sunday. And so my question is, I was brought up Christian. I don't consider myself Christian anymore. I told you guys this. I consider myself either kind of all religions or no religions. It doesn't really matter what you want to call it, but I've read on almost all of them to a pretty good depth and have come up with my own beliefs about what I believe, which again doesn't matter. So the reason why I bring it up is that when I was brought up Christian, I was taught that heaven is amazing. I was taught that there's only one death. You die and you will either go to heaven or hell, and you will be there for eternity. So the idea of going to hell for eternity and never, ever, 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 ever having a chance to go back to heaven or come back to the earth or anything is terrifying. At least it was for me. So then the question becomes, okay, well, let's say you've lived a pretty good life and you're pretty sure you're going to go to heaven. Shouldn't you be thrilled, like so excited to die? Because, the way I've always heard about heaven, no matter who describes it, I've heard many, many different descriptions, but they're like, oh my word, it should be the most amazing thing that you have ever come across. And I've met a couple, like 2 or 3 Christians that I know who are like, "Sarah, I am looking forward to the day I die. I am not worried about it at all because I think I'm going to heaven and I can't wait." And I think that's how you should feel if you're truly Christian. If you've read through it, you've made the decision yourself, not just because you grew up and your parents said you need to be a good Christian, You've actually read through it, and you've hopefully, if you needed to, you've read other religions too and said, you know what, I really buy Christianity the most, and this is what I believe. And so if that's how you feel, that's great. But it should be something that you believe so well that you're thrilled about the idea of going to heaven, even though you might not want to go yet. It should be an exciting thing. It's kind of like a no-lose situation. You're either going to live in this lifetime and be here for a long time and be really glad for that, or you could die soon and you'll be glad for that, because heaven's supposed to be amazing. So if you find yourself, saying, telling people, yes, I'm Christian, yes, I go to church, or I might not go to church often, but I'm Christian, but you're terrified at the idea of me dying, or terrified of the idea that you could die. A lot of people are terrified of, oh Lord, here goes my memory. The common issue going on with health, coronavirus. If that terrifies you, because you haven't really thought it through, but if you stopped and said, well, why am I, well, I could die, I don't want to die. Well, why, And there could be some, I'm not saying there couldn't be any good answers. It could be like, hey, I've got a 3-year-old. I don't want my 3-year-old to be without a parent or something like that. I totally understand that. But what I am saying in general is just ask yourself if you've really come to your current religious or spiritual situation because you've done a lot of thinking about it, a lot of research on it, and you've come to a conclusion as to what you think is going to happen. And, and everyone has different ideas, and so I'm not saying that there's a right answer or a wrong answer. We simply don't know. I can't know for sure. None of us can know for sure. We can just do our best at reading and come up with our best choice of what we think is reality. and we'll wait and see when we die what actually happens. So I just wanted to throw that out there and just make that an opportunity for people who haven't really done enough research to maybe take the time now. And I mean, this could take years, just reading and going to lectures and, you know, meditating, thinking deep thoughts, whatever it is. I just suggest that just for yourself to come up with whatever it is that you believe, because then I think you'll feel pretty good. Not necessarily, and not everybody, but a lot of people will feel pretty good or amazingly good at the idea of death coming. So anyway, I hope you all know that I mean this from a really good heart. I don't mean to tell anybody what they need to believe or anything like that. Just want everyone to be thinking why they might be so upset at this whole concept of death, and if there's something that can be done about that. All right, I love you guys. Bye.